Hello everyone, this is Remleiz from 40k Theories, and welcome to this new episode of Adeptus Podcastus. No Tactica Imperialis this week, they're busy performing maintenance on the gun drone. But don't worry, I'm not alone this week, for joining me as my guest is PancreasNoWork.
Hello, I'm excited to be here. It's, yeah.
Hello. Yes, it always seems to be a bit of a weird time when you're on, because either I'm not here or Neve's not here. It's usually me who's not here, but it's Neve's turn not to be here, so it's one of those weird things, isn't it?
They seem to be the harbinger of absence.
God, we should call you that Pancreas or Harbinger No Work or something like that.
That sounds a little more intimidating than diabetes.
The diabetes is assuming direct control.
Yeah, it's like the Borg.
I was making a Mass Effect reference there.
I'm afraid I've only played some of the first one. That's one of the ones that's missed me by.
Oh, dude, you have to play Mass Effect 2 at least. That's the best one in the series.
I know. One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and probably maybe when it's on Steam Summer Sale, I'll be like, all right, here they are. Let's power through this.
Yeah, fair enough. You can get in the Legendary Edition. I mean, you want to get before Mass Effect 5 comes out, at least, anyway.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That is coming out. Oh.
Yeah, and it is 5, not 4, because I did actually call it 5, because Andromeda's officially the 4th one. And in fairness, I will defend that game. That game is not as bad as everyone says it is. It may have been at launch time, it may have been, but now it's perfectly fine.
It's some patching up. All right. I mean, I only knew the reputation secondhand, and it wasn't a good one, but it was there's not enough. There was nothing personal, or I'm like, I'm never touching that game. If I go through them, I'll be like, oh, might as well.
I mean, I got it on the PlayStation Store, and it was on sale for a $5, and I was like, oh, may as well. It's only a $5, and I really enjoyed it. So
yeah.
There you go. So in the news this week, we might as well start off with something a bit more solemn. Because, as some of you may already be aware, Ian Watson, the author of the very first 40k novel, passed away a few days ago. Tragic loss for the 40k community, because, love or hate his books, you can't help but admit that, he had a profound influence on the entire setting as a whole, and all the authors that came after him.
I feel like it might not even be much of an exaggeration to say, he's the reason we have Black Library.
Pretty much, yeah. I'd go as far as saying that, yeah. Him and Bill King were the two titans in the early days. I think we can all agree on that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't know of your experience with his books. Ian Watson's, I mean.
I've read some of them. I haven't properly gone through them, but I'm familiar enough.
Yeah, because I think everyone's at least partially familiar with Draco, or Inquisitor, as the book was originally titled, because that one had some. They're infamous for a reason, but at the same time, I think. I mean, me and he discussed this a few episodes ago. Yeah, actually, I think it might have been with Jordan Sorcerer as well. The hate his books get is wildly overblown. They do not deserve the hate. I mean, they're a curiosity, if nothing else. At the very least, you can't say he didn't understand the grim darkness of 40k better than most of the other authors these days do, at least. He went full on out there, and you have to give him credit for being such a pioneer.
Oh, he was helping. He said he helped forge 40k into what it would become, and he deserves his credit for that. Absolutely.
And I actually mentioned this ages ago when we were talking about limited edition books. And I would absolutely love if Games Workshop put a limited edition box set of the original Inquisition War trilogy, both of the original unedited versions as well as the new versions with the intro, or amalgamate the two. So add the new intros to the original books just to make the complete version. That would sell. I guarantee that would sell.
That'd do amazing. I mean, especially I feel like there's probably ways they could, I don't know, make it even more illustrious, I guess. Here's a box set of if not the first 40k books. It's I feel like that would definitely draw some eyes.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe don't include Space Marine in that, because that book is it's a trip. Because people like to ridicule Inquisitor. No. Save all the ire for Space Marine, because that book is... Whew.
There's some creative bits in it, does it?
Let's put it this way. It's one of the few books that's been explicitly declared non-canon, because it's just so out there.
Ooh, yeah, that's definitely bringing... Ooh, they don't do that very often.
No, because I know, like, when they did Heretic Tomes, like Heretic Tomes subline, they added a few books to it, and then they took all the books except for Space Marine off that. So, like, they were non-canon, now they're canon again, but Space Marine is still non-canon.
That's the only one left behind, man.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I know some people like to say, like, oh, Inquisition War Trilogy is not canon. It's like, well, if it's not canon, why did Games Workshop go out of the way to add in-universe intros to explain the weirdness of it?
Yeah,
like, if it was an editorial note, you can just like go, okay, whatever, but it's actually an in-universe perspective, like it's an actual character in-universe introducing the book. So
yeah, otherwise they just wouldn't go through, they wouldn't bother with the effort.
No, they'd just say, oh, this is for its time, just don't, take it as gospel.
Fun little book, don't worry about it too much.
Yeah.
If they put, yeah.
Oh. But like, Space Marine's it's a wild ride, man. It's a wild ride. Like the Tzeentch worshipping squats, the boarding of a Nid bioship by going in its butthole, literally.
I knew that used to be a thing that could be done. I've seen art of it. Didn't know that was the preferred method of entry, as it were.
Yeah.
Huh.
The slan as well. Like, just the casual slan just walking around.
Oh yeah, that's
around,
right.
Yeah.
Early on, yeah, they were just hanging around. I guess it makes sense they'd have to show up in some book, at least one.
Mm. And the monkey servitors giving someone a bath.
All right, that one. Yeah, I'm lost again on that one. Not gonna lie.
And that's not even getting into the shit, literally. But we'll leave that for people to know. Like, we're not here to insult someone who's passed or his works. We're just pointing out that it is a trip to read his books. Like, he's like, I think the term is like literary LSD. If that makes sense.
I think I get what you mean. Yeah, and having read at least a decent chunk of like the Draco books, I'm like, yeah, it's interesting. I feel like if nothing else, you cannot say he didn't write interestingly. Whether or not you like it, you are definitely going to remember the words he's put down to page.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, his books will actually mark the first appearance in a novel for Eldrad Ulfran and Jane Czar.
Really?
Yeah. Jane Czar appears in the second book, and Eldrad appears in the third book.
Huh. They're a lot older. Well, maybe not older, but it's not where I would have thought to see them.
I'll tell you what else you see in the second book. Literally, you see a breakdancing dreadnought.
Oh, well, that's just peak writing now. Come on now, let's go. Hell yeah.
Like, you know that meme you've seen, like, even in Death I Still Serve?
Death I Still Serve. Oh, he's doing... Oh, let's go.
That's canon.
Oh, that's canon. Amazing.
But speaking of news, we do have some books that were revealed this week as well. So, let's start off with the Freebooter Code, which basically pits orc freebooters against a rogue trader, which should be chaotic fun.
That just sounds like a fun book. Like that just looks fun. Like I bet it might not be the most I don't know, like the most revolutionary novel you ever read, but that looks like from start to finish that's going to be a very fun read.
Yeah, I mean, even if it doesn't push forward the narrative, what we need more is just we need just more fun books.
Yeah, more fun, like in side story stuff. It's a whole galaxy, and it's not everything needs to be narrative pushing. And that looks like, yeah, I'll read a story about a rogue trader and freebooters going to town on each other. It just sounds like it'll be really entertaining to read.
It's like a popcorn movie, but in a book, essentially.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be the next the Horus Heresy or Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna watch space orc pirates fight a gentlemanly explorer, and it'll be a good time.
pirates versus pirates, essentially.
Yeah.
Because was it rogue traders? They're privateers, but privateering is just legalized piracy.
Yeah, it's piracy, but the government says you're allowed.
Yep.
So, hey.
And judging from the cover, there'll be explosions by like Michael Bay or like Morkel Bay, whatever you want to call him.
Morker, yeah, something like that.
This is where the big booms go.
Yeah, it's this. You know, this. All right, looks like a fun book.
Yeah.
This. Hell yeah.
And sticking with orcs, we got a orc anthology called Legends of the War, which features stories such as Hell's Reach, Caves of Ice, and Iron Slaughter, which is an interesting mix of books.
Oh yeah,
I have to say. I'm not entirely too sure about putting, the start of an entire series in an omnibus that's not of the series. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's an odd way to go about it. This really is an odd omnibus too, because we have like front and back, like the first and the third seem to be those are rather more serious novels, and then Caiaphas Cain has snuck his way into the middle.
Honestly, I think the reason might be because there's just so little in the way of orc fiction.
Yeah.
There genuinely is.
Yeah.
Considering that, the first properly marketed orc novel to be marketed as such was Brutal Cunning, which is a lie because that book was mostly focused on the Abmech. But anyway.
Yeah.
But you had like the Ghazghkull novel, which, speaking of, Ghazghkull Prophet of the War is getting a brand new edition, both illustrated and annotated.
Ooh.
Very similar to what they did with Infinite and the Divine, and they did that with the Eisenhorn series as well.
All right. Well, I'd say,
and Lords of Silence, I believe, as well.
Oh yeah. I'd say Ghazghkull is worth that special treatment. One could say he's at least a moderately important character. So, all right. That's kind of. I don't even want to say bringing it back around, because I don't think none of those books in that omnibus are necessarily like. It's just a weird one, like you're saying, and I guess like you said, it's because they probably don't have much else, but it's just a weird collection of books.
I mean, what they could have done. Do you remember the Prophets of the War audio drama?
Oh yeah.
What they could have done, they could have novelized that, like kind of what they did with the Garrow audio dramas for Horus Heresy, and they actually turned it into like a full-length novel, essentially. They could have done that. I mean, I can't imagine it'd take too much work to take a screenplay and adapt it as a novel or a novella or whatever. Can't imagine it'd be that difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it's you've already got the words.
Exactly, you got pretty much all you do is add or subtract some words, whatever. But yeah, and speaking of anthologies, we've got another one called Worlds Ablaze. Doesn't say what stories are in there, but it does mention about one story where Astra Militarum troopers are saved by Wazdaka Gutsmech. Which reminds me, one book they could have added to that anthology, Enemy of My Enemy, or whatever it is. That one where the Militarum and the Orcs team up against the Nids?
Oh, yeah. That would have been a perfect one for that, I feel like.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
God, that story was great, just purely because of General Tacticus, who doesn't actually get name dropped in Prophet of the War, the Ghazghkull novel. He does get name dropped because it's the same author. But yeah, that one scene where General Tacticus is playing with the model tank and making little tank noises, going
We love that.
And the Militarum General's like, could you put that back, please? Oh, sorry, I was deliberating strategy.
My bad.
Pretty much.
That would have been perfect. You could, yeah. I'm wondering if it's those books though, because they're trying not to put too recent a novel in.
If I had to guess, that would be exactly the reason.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, because why put all the new books in a brand new omnibus? Because people just go, well, I've already got this new book, don't need the omnibus. But if it's like older stories, like, oh, I didn't get that book, so yeah, I'll pick up as part of an omnibus type thing. And speaking of omnibuses or omnibi, what's the plural for omnibus? It's omnibi, isn't it?
Omnibi feels right.
Omnibi. But yeah, Commissar Yarrick omnibus.
Ooh, now that's something that I feel like has been a long time coming.
Because I'll say this, I don't know if you've ever read any of the Yarrick books. But I have to say, like, Chains of Golgotha is fucking peak. It's brilliant, that book. Because basically, Yarrick gets taken prisoner and he goes full Rambo on the orcs. Like, in First Blood.
Yeah.
That's basically Yarrick, but with one arm, essentially.
All right,
one eye.
That's good. Yarrick is the stuff has actually kind of passed me by. It's been on the list for a while, but just some other stuff has come up periodically. So it's not a lack of interest, and it's everyone knows the gist of Yarrick. So one of these I'm going to properly be like, all right, I need to read these finally. I know they're good books. I know they're fun, especially like that. I mean, I'm never going to say no to reading something even vaguely Rambo-esque. But yeah, that omnibus sounds like the perfect chance.
Sticking with orcs, we had a brand new Orc Weird Boy mini revealed as well. And he looks suitably bizarre and crazed.
Yeah, this is a weird boy. I honestly I don't feel like I have much more to add than that. This is a weird boy. This feels like what one of those just look like. I like the different size, like cartoon eyes almost.
Have you seen all the memes in regards to this?
I have not. I would like to see some of these memes though.
It was like how it feels to chew 5 gum when you step on a Lego brick.
Yeah, they're bringing some oldies out for this. Which those are all apt descriptions of what that guy looks like he's going through. Yeah,
I do like the cable dreadlocks though. That's pretty cool.
That's some good stuff. They're going all over the place. This looks like a well done weird boy. The little Frankenstein bolt through his brain too is also a nice touch.
Has he got is one of his eyes a spiral as well?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, gone full on cartoon craziness there.
Yeah, this is when, Tom gets real pissed he can't grab Jerry right here. This is some good stuff.
The face is when Jerry hits him on the foot with like a hammer or something.
Yeah, he gets an anvil dropped on his leg or something.
Yes. I can't do the scream though, but that one.
You all know the one.
You all know the one. But yeah, not just the orcs this time around. We've also got a brand new brand new Space Marine. What's the thing called? It is Vanguard Veteran. That's the one. I forgot the name for a second. And it's a Space Marine Vanguard Veteran. It's
fine.
Fine. It's fine. It's inoffensive.
It's it's doing its job. It's
a bit plain for a Vanguard Veteran, but
if
you told me this was just like, say like a sergeant of an assault squad, I believe you.
It really does. Like my first thought when I saw it was assault, like an assault intercessor or something like that. Like it's not. I almost, to some extent, a little bit, I can almost appreciate it because at least I feel like you don't want everything in the army to be like over designed. Just like visually, because otherwise I feel you want to look at like a model and be like, okay, generic kind of troop guy, a leader character, named character, I feel like you want to be able to look at and be like, in a second, like, okay, I vaguely know how important this guy is, right? But now it's almost at the other end where he could have used some more juice, like he could have used some more flair.
Yeah, I mean, for a Vanguard veteran, you expect it to be a bit more ornate.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like, remember like the Blade Guard veterans, the guys with the big shields? They came with the last Starbucks. Something a bit like that in terms of the ornateness. Maybe not with the tabards, because obviously it'd be a bit weird to have a tabard with a jump pack. I understand that, but like...
Bit of a flight hazard.
Yeah, but like just something a bit more filigree.
Just a little bit something more. Again, it doesn't look bad. Like you said, it's suiting its purpose. He's there, but
it's like out of all the Space Marine minis, it's certainly one of them.
It is undoubtedly a Space Marine mini. No one can deny that.
No one can deny that. And speaking of Space Marines, Corvus Corax is getting an action figure from JoyToy. I say you get a lot of shit with it as well. Like, a lot of shit. Like, the actual flight stands included, it looks like, as well.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
yeah.
But you got 2 sets of claws, the whip, 2 pistols, whole bunch of hands, lightning effects. Though, one thing was pointed out to me by a few Raven Guard fans. Why does he have normal flesh-toned face?
Yeah, it really makes him look odd when he's not as pale as possible. Like, this looks... You know, the uncanny valley? It's like he's right on the cusp of climbing out of it, but because he's not pale, he just can't quite make it out.
Yeah, it looks less Korax and more guy cosplaying Korax.
Yeah. I do like how you can kind of position him how, like, his Heresy model looks. When he's flying, at least. That's cool. That's cool. I like that.
With the second head with the flowing hair as well.
Yeah, it looks like they put all the stops into it. It's just he's not pale. He's not pale enough.
Yeah. I mean, if they did like a re-release of it with, like, updated, like, face paint or whatever, or paint for the face rather. They're doing a little GIF. They had like a little GIF on the website. That's adorable. Of like the little lightning claw going bzz, 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 bzz.
All right, that's fun. That's cute.
Yeah.
As it is though, it looks good. This might be his brother John Korax, John Ravengard.
Is it? It's his brother after he went to ECW and won the world title. I guarantee there's a few wrestling fans who get it. Oh, I get the reference because his real name's Scott. You see, so yeah. If you know, you know. Leave a comment down below if you know. But Korax isn't the only Raven Guard getting an action figure, as there's a whole bunch more as well. Like a whole bunch more. Including the Mordathan as well, which is like, okay, that's a surprise. I don't know if you're familiar with the Mordathan at all, but they're like the Raven Guard snipers who actually could turn invisible.
Oh, yeah.
Without tech. They just go...
They just do that.
Yeah.
That is a surprising pull.
I have to say, the Dreadnought is fucking nice. That is a nice Dreadnought.
That looks good. That might be my favorite out of all these things so far.
I appreciate the panel highlighting and that. Yeah, I appreciate the panel highlighting with the silver just to make it pop a bit.
So I didn't really check the last few JoyToy releases. Do you think GW itself is going to be doing some Raven Guard stuff because of this, or is that not really a pattern that happened and it's going to be more of just like hey, these are here.
It's more of like, hey, these are here. There's no real pattern with JoyToy. They just kind of do what they want, essentially.
I didn't think so, because I don't like remember anything like that happening, but I wasn't sure if that was because I just didn't like look or not. But these are pretty cool. Again, oh my god, that Dreadnought, I can't get over that.
The Sergeant looks pretty nice as well, with his little Roman crest helmet as well, the beaky helm.
Got the beak Centurion, hair crest thing, it looks solid.
This last one in like the Mark II or Mark III, I can't remember which, it looks really odd as a Raven Guard because it just looks like a repainted Death Guard.
Ew, it does. It does.
With a spiky helmet. It's a spiky helmet. That screams Death Guard.
It doesn't even look bad. It's just like why aren't you green or tannish depending on when we're going?
Like if you get rid of the spike, you could get away with it, but it's a spike. It's a spike on the helmet that makes it look full on Death Guard.
I think, though, maybe this is too, I'm too brain-rotted for it, but I think even if they took away the spike, now it's just looking like a Black Templar that doesn't have the cross.
Or an iron hand.
Or an iron hand.
But no one remembers the iron hands. But people remembered the Iron Warriors, though, because, surprisingly, after God knows how many years, we have an official artistic depiction of Perturabo's demon form. And he's a big boy. He's basically gone down huge. He's basically gone down the Mortarian route of just basically being himself but bigger and with more robot arms this time. That's basically it's just himself but bigger.
Yeah, he's got that is like a Decepticon's worth of metal on his back right there. Yeah.
Mind you, I'll tell you what, his helmet in this I tell you what I'll show what it reminds me of. Hang on.
I have to zoom into the helmet because that helmet is both like definitely the size of a normal person and also so small compared to the rest of him.
Oh god, yeah, I found a picture of what he actually reminds me of. The Fallen.
Oh man, that's
with the grill as well under the ice. You also got like the furnace grill type thing. He is basically the Fallen, but with a hammer.
Oh my, you're so right. Oh my god, I'd never put that together. That it really is what that looks like a lot. Wow. Now I mean that in all praise when I say that. Oh man, that is the fault. Oh yeah, that all right. This is making me a little more excited for Perturabo.
Question is, who's going to be Starscream?
Man, well, that's a good question. Creating, I don't know, pick a warsmith. It's chaos. I feel any of them could, if they feel they could get away with it.
Yeah, you're probably right. Crazy chaos. Oh, speaking of which, I don't know if you've been reading the first Scouring book at all.
I've not yet. That one I admit is lower on the priority.
Okay, because I've seen a few people asking, it's like, hang on, so why did Perturabo become a demon prince if he hated chaos or whatever? I will say this without spoiling it. The novel does explain the reason why. So there you go, Mystery Solved explains it.
Ooh, all right. Well, that's good to hear. How about pick it up just for that curiosity alone? But I mean, I feel I brought up a couple of reasons because a wonderful bit of serendipity. I made a video on Mr. Turbo himself, and then they released that artwork, so that worked out nicely. But Fulkin put a hole in his soul. I feel like desperation, if nothing else, is a pretty damn valid answer. Again, I've not read the book, so, no spoilers coming from me, at least no spoilers from knowledge. There's a few reasons too. Could also be, it's hardly he would hardly be the first instance of someone who made a deal with the devil and thought, I can get away with this. I'm that guy.
Mm.
I feel like there's a few different routes it could go with it, or as it's, I suppose, a few different potential ways that could be explained. Has been explained. I've not read the book. I'm not spoiling it for anyone.
Oh dear.
If I am,
but yes.
I'm mildly impressed with myself.
In other news, Warhammer Classics, a bunch of classic Warhammer games, are now available on Steam. Which makes me laugh considering like all these games, like they're making a big deal of like all these games available now on Steam for the first time. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, but they've been available on GOG for like 10 years.
Yeah, I've seen them frequently on GOG. Don't get me wrong, it's nice they're on Steam. It's easily the most public, accessible, place like this. And I'm knock on wood, I'm hoping them coming to Steam means they're at least mildly stable.
Mm.
But they're not new releases. They're new to Steam, but they're not. You could get a lot of these still, but it's still nice to see them.
Yeah, the games include Mark of Chaos Gold Edition, Fire Warrior for only £6.39 if you're interested. Chaos Gate, the original one, not the Grey Knight version. Dark Omen, Shadow of the Horned Rat, Final Liberation, Rites of War. And returning to Steam, a whole bunch of games as well, including Space Hulk. Not that one, that one. Because it's like about 3 or 4 different versions of Space Hulk.
Yeah.
Not the original, though. Not the original Amiga version, which is a shame, because that deserves to be on there. Manowar Corsair, Sanctus Reach, Armageddon, Warhammer Quest 2, Chainsaw Warrior and Chainsaw Warrior Lords of the Night, Space Hulk Ascension, Warhammer Quest, Talisman Origins, Talisman the Horus Heresy, and Legacy of Dawn Herald of Oblivion, which is a game that is batshit insane because it's just a choose-your-own-adventure book, essentially, but digitized. It's great.
Ooh, all right, that sounds like it. That sounds like good fun.
It is. It's just insane. Also, because like the enemy sprites are just models, just digitized, and it's like, you're fighting against you're fighting a colossal squig, and I'm looking at this like, that's Gobbler. Now the original Gobbler model for Skarsnik and Gobbler.
It's like this. It's not a colossal squig. I know what that is. My personal 2 recommendations would be Shadow of the Horned Rat, because I feel like in a way it's almost like proto Total War. At least I feel like it plays vaguely similar to that. And of course, Fire Warrior. It's quiet.
I found an image of the squig, by the way, if you're interested. Just to show. That's just Gobbler.
That's Gobbler.
That's Gobbler. The OG Gobbler. Yep. This version was back when it was available on mobile.
Oh, jeez. I didn't know that was a mobile game for a bit.
Hence the aspect ratio.
Yeah, that does track. Oh, Fire Warrior is one of those games I just love seeing anything about. It's that lovely period of the 2000s where every shooter would call themselves the Halo Killer, and they would proceed to not be a Halo killer. Because the only thing that could kill Halo was Halo.
No, the only thing that could kill Halo was Microsoft. Speaking of Halo, don't you think it's weird? God. Like, what is this timeline where Halo is now coming out on the PS5? What the fuck is this timeline?
It's so over. It's Xbox resounding defeat. Get the Total War defeat screen, everything up. Oh,
the Dark Souls, you died.
Yeah.
You lost.
I don't have anything for it. I wish I could have any kind of it. Halo Flashpoint's fun. If you want to have fun with Halo, that tabletop game is really fun.
I've heard good things about it, actually. One thing I want to point out briefly, though, just in regards to these classic games, they did add a disclaimer to these new ones on Steam. This video game may not accurately reflect current depictions, lore, or presentation within the Warhammer universes and settings. As if it was like an old Tom and Jerry's cartoon from like the 1930s or whatever. Yeah,
it's like the views depicted in these cartoons do not reflect what we currently think. Yeah. It's they have the old cartoons were racist warning, but it's for, hey, the lore here's going to be a little bit off.
It's like, this is not accurate because it shows the Tau doing something competent.
Yeah.
Hey. Or the Eldari doing something competent. In Rights of War case.
Yeah. You'll notice a resounding amount of non-Space Marine victories. Careful, everyone.
Or Gene's did it once in the case of Space Hulk.
I was just looking at that and I was like, hey, there they are.
There they are.
But it is just from a preservation standpoint, though. I feel like it is nice that these are being made like more even. Again, like you said, they were just on GOG, but I feel like the more available older games like that can be, that's good. And for Warhammer 2, because a lot of older stuff is just seemingly gone. Shout out to the Steel Confessors. Took like 25 years for everyone to find that goddamn pamphlet again.
Yeah, and the thing is, looked like it was just like someone just typed up a Word document and printed it. Which is like, wait, that's it? It looks like a fake.
It so does, but it isn't.
I know, it's like, what the fuck? Because I was looking for like a copy of that for years. I ended up asking guys like Gav Thorpe and that, because like, hey, you worked at Games Workshop at the time. Do you know about this? I was like, nope. Oh. Never mind.
It's like I could never make fun of the AdMech again. Because that's just what that was. We just lost it.
Yep. It once was lost, but now it's found. Something, dark side. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Have you ever played Rights of War, by the way?
I've not. A lot of these older games I haven't played. I would and absolutely would love to, especially for all the wrong reasons. Fire Warrior is still the one I'm going to be diving into the most because I like bad games, and I do apologize. I can see why people would have fond memories of Fire Warrior, especially because I feel it's one of the earlier. Yeah, a lot of nostalgia and like the art. I've seen some videos on it. The art direction. Obviously, it's an older game, so like the graphical quality isn't the best, but art direction wise, they do some good stuff in it. It's just it's a video game that marketed itself on being better than another video game, which is the immediate red flag that you have nothing to say for yourself other than better than popular thing. And then having seen gameplay of it, boy, does it look unbelievably jank. But you know what? I want to play it. I love me some jank, and I want to hear the guardsman say it's quiet 500 times.
Speaking of jank, have you read the Fire Warrior novel?
Oh, now that is I love so much. The way it has to be the way they approached the novelization was make the protagonist of a first-person shooter do all of those things, but it's a book.
It literally read like it read like a Let's Play.
Yeah.
It was basically a literary. It's like, oh god, do you remember that Super Mario book that Movie Bob put out a few years back?
Oh god, I haven't thought about that thing in forever.
It's basically that, but the Fire Warrior, essentially. And without someone saying how much it changed their life. But anyway, it's just like, what the fuck?
It's just, doesn't he scream blood for the blood god in it?
Yeah. And then beats a Lord change to death with a stick.
Yep. Which, you know what? If you're novelizing a video game, there's two ways to do it. There's
or upset the wackiness. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's, tone it down, or there is full send. This first person shooter character, and it's an FPS, so you're murdering hundreds of people in the blink of an eye. Yeah, he just does that. He's just built like that. Shazokai's is just a monster.
Shaslakais.
Pardon me.
Shazokais is the guy from Dawn of War who's a different guy.
That's yep.
I know, it's apparently like Kais is like the Tau equivalent of like Steve or something.
That's like John Smith.
Yeah. Oh, what was that author synonym that people use to hide their real name?
Oh, it's not John Doe. That's like the missing
person.
No,
it's like William Smiley or something.
Just common author hidden name. No, I don't want. Why is J.K. Rowling popping up? No. I don't know, huh? This is going to bother me now, too, because I think I know exactly what you're talking about, but...
It's a pen name I'm looking for. Oh, God. I'm sure it'll come to us at some point. If anyone knows and we don't know, leave a comment down below.
Just put like 4 or 5 in, so surely one of them will be right.
Yeah. Oh, God. But, like, yeah, that book was... Well, I just find it funny, like, that one chapter where you treat the Raptors as absolute dipshits. It's like, hang on, you're meant to be, like, the special op... And I know this was written before the special op... Actually, no, it wasn't written before the special op things, because the special op thing was first written in regards to the Armageddon Free website, which was 1999, I believe it was, and the game came out in the novel came out in like 2002 or 2003.
I think it might have been even later than that, because when did...
I don't know.
See, when Fire Warrior itself came out in 2003, how concurrent was the novelization?
I imagine it would have come out around the same time, if I had to guess.
Yeah, it looks like September 2003.
2003, yeah.
So, yeah.
Written by Simon Spurrier, who, coincidentally, has written the best Black Library book ever in Lord of the Night.
Who's made Lord of the Night and Shazlakai's Bizarre Adventure.
Yes. It's just a shame that I don't know the full story about it. All we've ever heard is like rumors and speculation. But supposedly, take this with a pinch of salt, because it's unverified from what I can tell, but supposedly, like, Spurrier and Black Library had like a massive falling out, which is what led to like Games Workshop replacing the character of Zhou Sahal in the Horus Heresy with Jaeger Sevatarian.
Oh, huh.
Because in Lord of the Night, Zhou Sahal was stated to be the first captain of the Night Lords.
And then suddenly...
Yeah, and then suddenly, we got Sevatarian. Who the fuck's this guy? Oh, we don't want to pay any royalties to Simon Spurrier for whatever reason, allegedly.
Which, people like Sevatar, so it worked out, but, that's interesting.
It worked out, yeah. Oh well. But speaking of Warhammer games, we also got some more stuff regarding Warhammer Survivor. Yeah, you can play as Yarrick in it and fight Gazgul, who's absolutely huge.
Oh my. That is a building.
That's how big he should be on tabletop. Just fully commit to him being like the biggest, baddest orc. Go like full on prime orc size, essentially.
He really should be that big. But, alright, I'm intrigued. It's one of those games, I like those kinds of games. They're very simple. It's not, going to be the next flagship game or anything. But they're fun. I like those not quite idle, like, the walk around, things could die around you. I've played a couple of those. They're good fun. And, okay, this...
Like a twin stick, I think it's called. Twin stick shooter.
Yeah, it's like the like you could definitely trace these kinds of games back to something like an arcade cabinet like that. This looks like it'll be good fun. Okay,
you can also play a Sly Marbo in it as well.
Oh. Right, so
I assume this is Sly Marbo anyway.
The way he's holding the knife definitely looks like how Marbo holds it.
And he's got a bandana on as well, so yeah. So I don't know who else who can be. I mean, if you got Yarrick, you got Marnius Calgar, you got Malam Kaido, and you got this guy, who else? It's got to be Sly Marbo, hasn't it?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, you've got like a Stormcast and Gotrek as well on the AOS side of things, so I'm sure that's Sly Marbo if they're breaking out the heavy hitters like that. I'm sure that's Mr. Marb.
Mr. Marb. Is that Mr. Marb? I wonder if anyone actually gets that reference.
I'm afraid I don't. That one's going over my head.
I was referencing South Park with Mr. Derp.
I'm a Simpsons man. Well, I was a Simpsons man. I don't think anyone is still a Simpsons fan.
But from what I've heard, the newest seasons have actually been pretty good. Like it's actually got climbed out of the zombie Simpsons slump. From what I've heard, it's actually pretty good now. So.
It has climbed out a bit, but I mean this with all due respect when I say like that.
It should have ended years ago.
It should have ended years ago. Like the voice actors you can tell they're getting older. It's no disrespect. They've done phenomenal work for 40 years.
Longer, in fact, I think. No, actually not longer. No, because it was 1989 first started.
Just under 40 years.
Yeah. But fuck, where has all the time gone? Because I remember the peak of Simpsons Mania. Like, where you couldn't get away from it, where it was, like, marketed everywhere, and, like, the radio was, like, playing, like, Do the Bartman.
Oh, God, yeah, for a little bit, yeah, it was...
And the Simpsons arcade game, the whole Konami cabinet thing.
Oh, I love that game. That game was
great,
fun.
That game.
My stepdad got it on, like, a disc somehow. I think it was on, like, a collection of games, and, I would play that for hours.
I remember when they actually sold that on PS3 and 360, but that's been delisted now, I believe.
Maybe that was how I played it, because I remember playing it at home.
Yeah, you probably got on like Xbox Live or PSN or whatever.
It was probably on like the old Xbox Arcade or something like that.
Because it was only available for like 18 months before they took it down. Which I assume was due to licensing reasons or something.
That was definitely, I wouldn't be surprised. I think that happened to a couple other games too every now and again. I know Space Marine, I think, was taken off the old 360 web store. A JoJo fighting game too, of all things.
How bizarre. Hey.
Nah.
Speaking of bizarre, did you see the April Fool's video, by the way?
Was that the musical?
The musical.
I did see that. When I was at Adepticon, one of the people I was staying with pulled me aside and was like, "Have you seen this thing?" I was like, "No."
With the singing trays in and that.
Yeah, like, I feel like you're making this up. And then he showed me the video, and sure enough, he wasn't making a single thing up.
I mean, given how, like, integrated into British culture Warhammer is, I wouldn't be surprised if this actually became a thing over here. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if in Japan you can have, like, Resident Evil and Devil May Cry the musical, and in America you can have Spider-Man the musical.
Yeah. We can get ourselves Warhammer the musical. I feel like, if only for the novelty, people would be showing up for that.
God, that would be so insane.
I looked in that, like, I don't think I said a word the whole time. Like, I couldn't process what I was seeing. It's like when, in a book, when you see the warp, you can't understand the warp, it drives you to madness. I was just staring at that like, I wasn't ready for this. Nothing in my there was none of what I was seeing I was prepared for in the slightest. I was happy I saw that. I'm happy that exists, but I was just sitting there like, what is this?
It's April Fool's, baby.
It's definitely that's a more creative April Fool's than, normally what I see. Although admittedly, normally what I see, at least on Twitter, is 50 different channels announcing they're quitting and then April Fools.
I mean, I kind of stopped doing April Fools, mainly because the last couple of ones, like, it's just like people didn't like them for whatever. Like, I think the last April Fool's vid I actually did was the one where I was a talking horse.
Oh, that's fun at least.
But I was more of like kind of like a stealth trailer for like a video I appeared in for Tatstop videos. But it's like an SCP video, and I was like, Wellington Garrett Wonder Horse. That's who I was. A horse with a top hat and a Cockney accent.
Hell yeah. That's one April, I gotta do or don't type 1 diabetes. Feel like I've been cooking that one up. I say cooking that one up as if I don't think it's just mildly amusing. Don't do it.
Oh, God.
There's some positives.
Diabetes don't have it.
There's not many, not anymore, but, when I was in high school, it got me out of a few tests.
I mean, fair, yeah.
Or rather, it pushed me failing the test back a weekend.
Oh, God. I'll just say this now. Chronic illness sucks. I think we can all agree. That's two people with chronic illness. It's just like, I think we can all agree. It's like, this is bullshit.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not that attached to the username. I would much prefer the world where I am PancreasNoWork.
Pancreas, please work.
Please.
Pancreas, yes, work. There you go.
Yeah, that'd be beautiful.
Oh, God. And that's pretty much it for the news, I do believe, unless there's something I've completely missed. And there is some rules reveals and stuff like that. One thing they have been posting regularly is that they've been posting excerpts from the old Horus Heresy Black Books, which I think is, again, it's a fantastic thing they're doing. Because obviously the Horus Heresy Black Books, they were quite expensive for the time. I should know. I have them all. But they were definitely a case of you get what you pay for, because they were so fucking exquisite. They were about 3 inches thick of just, these are good A3 size books. And yet so much, literally, most of the book was just lore. Only the back third of the book was the rules and stuff, but the rest of it was just lore. And
really?
it was dense. It gave you pretty much all the most detailed information regarding the Horus Heresy outside the novels. In fact, in many places, even more so than the novels. They went into so much detail. It's unreal. I mean, let me put it this way. It's the only place in the entirety of the Horus Heresy where Giga Fellhound actually fucking does something. Because he was in the Burning of Prospero box set, and everyone was like, "Who the fuck's this guy?" Because it was him versus Azakaraman.
You're just wondering, wait a minute, I don't know who this is. Why are you here?
I actually found out a reason.
Do tell.
Right, so for ages, I always had this, this headcanon that Giga Fellhound was meant to be Bjorn the Fell-Handed, because obviously Bjorn versus Araman, it would be much more iconic than just some random new guy versus Araman. And plus, the guy's got a lightning claw, and he's called Fell-Handed. Well, as it turns out, I'm not going to name my source's name because I don't want to get him in trouble. But he, for a time, was he lived with the content lead for the heavy metal team, and basically what happened was, according to the guy who worked with the heavy metal team, it actually was supposed to be Bjorn. Giga Fellhound was actually meant to be Bjorn, but then halfway through the process of development, they realized, hang on, he's just a regular battle brother at this point. He isn't high enough rank to actually lead an army. Because Bjorn didn't actually become a member of the Wolf Guard until after Prospero.
So everyone had a panic realization of, wait a minute, he doesn't make sense to be here. Wait.
Exactly. it was literally that. It's oh shit. Just give him a new name. Fuck it.
Call him something different, slightly change some of the filigree if we still have time.
Because you have to admit, for someone who had, one of the few Horus Heresy characters whose model was originally in plastic, one of the first guys to get a plastic model, and giving it to a literal nobody who's not appeared in any fiction. No novels, no short stories, no audio dramas. The only information you have about him comes from the Horus Heresy Black Books. That's it. And it makes more sense when you realize, oh shit, it was meant to be Bjorn.
Huh. That is That's a cool story, and I understand why they did it. As much as they did. A little bit better planning probably would have meant the first plastic guy was like an actual character. But I guess I understand why.
At the very least, we did get Araman as one of the first plastic guys. Yeah, because he was in the same box set. So like Araman at least, okay, justifiable. Araman, yeah, he's an important character. Make him a primary focus in that box set. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know with the Betrayal at Calth box set, you had the Ultramarine captain and the word bearer chaplain, Kurtha said. But at the very least, I can't remember in regards to the Ultramarine, but I know Kurtha said actually did appear in a Horus Heresy story, at least one. Because he appeared in the audio drama Censure, and was him versus Aeonithiel. Aeonithiel. Oh no, wait, though, there was actually a tie-in novel for Betrayal at Calth. I forgot. There actually was a tie-in novel. So those guys did definitely appear in the Horus Heresy book series. But again, Giga Felhand, who the fuck are you?
So that sounds...
I'm actually Bjorn.
That sounds like a name that someone would make up to make fun of Warhammer. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, I'm just kind of disappointed they didn't try and tie the two in, in any way. Like, I don't know, just like have like a modern day, a story set in the modern day where Bjorn's recounting like to a bunch of young space wolves. He's basically telling them when he's been awakened and at the great feast of the chapter and telling all the young boys, right, this is what happened. I got my lightning claw from a guy called Giga Felhand. That's all he had to do. Is like, tie it back. Yeah, okay, that's why he's called Felhand. Okay. That's all he had to do. Yeah. We can make it work. We can make it work.
A little bit of missed opportunity. It happens, I
mean, on the plus side, at least the team cared enough to actually, adhere to continuity. It's like, oh shit, we can't do this. Unlike with the later editions of Horus Heresy, yes, I'm looking at you, Saturnine Terminator armor, which wasn't actually developed until like late through the Heresy according to the previous edition's fucking timeline. Because remember, the actual story in the Horus Heresy book series, where those Terminator suits appeared, they were not called Saturnine. And according to Gareth Thorpe, who was the author of that story, I asked him on Twitter, hey, what pattern of Terminator armor is this? Nocturne pattern. This is what we call a retcon.
That would be a little bit of a retcon, yes. Although Horus Heresy has plenty of those, so...
I mean, if you go by like the most literal definition of retcon, the entire novel series is a retcon. Yeah. Because remember when Horus Heresy was first mentioned, it was literally like at most a couple of paragraphs. That was it.
Yeah, it came, and that was because, if I remember correctly, wasn't it to explain why the Epic Box was only Space Marines?
Pretty much. Yeah, this was back when when the final battle of the Horus Heresy was the Emperor leading the Imperial Fists on a charge against Horus's bunker.
Yep. Which you'll notice is rather unlike what we have now. Just a little bit different.
Yep, no Sanguinius, no Blood Angels, no Vengeful Spirits. Just a whole bunch of what the ever-loving fuck.
Yeah.
But that was back in the early days. You can forgive it because it's still finding its feet. So with any franchise in its early days, there's always going to be growing pains. I think we can all agree on that.
Such as how the Slann were just walking around and weren't frogs.
No, they were frogs.
Well, I guess they weren't the big old fat frogs.
They weren't the fat frogs. They were like tree frogs.
Yeah.
Skinny boys.
Yeah, they were fierce warriors, which is very.
And then they got replaced by the old ones, and then they came back as well.
Yeah,
it's like in both settings, in both fantasy and 40k. So hi, we're back.
It's like, what do you mean you're back? We're back. We look very different, but we're back.
We're back. It's a dinosaur story. Roll back the clock. Da-da-da-da.
No. I'm okay with dinosaurs being added. I'm in touch enough with my inner 12-year-old to admit that I like when dinosaurs are added.
Dinosaurs are awesome. We can all agree on that.
Yeah, if you don't think a T-Rex is cool, I'm sorry. I think you're beyond saving.
Funnily enough, did you hear recently they found a second species of Tyrannosaurus?
I did not hear that, but that is intriguing.
Yeah, so we officially have Tyrannosaurus Rex, and Tyrannosaurus macriensis.
That one is a mouthful.
But this has actually been accepted as a second species because for a while back, a few years back, there was a proposal to split T-Rex into 3 separate species. T-Rex, T-Regina, and T-Imperator. Not gonna lie, T-Imperator sounds badass.
That one, yeah, that's... Tyrannosaurus Rex already is just an awesome name. Tyrannosaurus Imperator, that has some kick to it.
I mean, all 3 of them made sense because you had T-Rex, which was, Tyrant Lizard King, T-Regina, Tyrant Lizard Queen, and T-Imperator, Tyrant Lizard Emperor.
Man, we gotta find a third one so we can, we can retcon T-Rex names.
I mean, if you want to go to full retcon, you go back and call it its original proposed name, Dinosaurus Imperiosus.
It sounds like what an AdMech adept would call an exodite mount.
I mean, that'd be a great name for a titan, Dinosaurus Imperiosus.
Yeah, that would be.
That's your dinosaur-themed titan, everyone. For anyone who's looking to get bash something.
Can we get that? Can we get on that for the Tyranids or the Exodites? Their only model is a titan.
Sticking with dinosaurs very briefly, I'm sure you've heard of Megalosaurus.
Of course.
Did you know the original name for that? Because you're not going to fucking believe me.
I have not heard the original name for it.
Its original name was Scrotum humanum.
Why did they name it man balls?
Because they found a femur, like a half of a femur, and it looked like a scrotum, so they called it Scrotum humanum based on the femur.
Someone had a giggle. Someone was having a giggle. Someone was having...
In fairness, this was back in, the 1700s.
Fair enough, I guess, but I...
This is it, by the way. This is the illustration of the bone. You can see why it got that name.
All right, I see it. I know why.
God, can you imagine, being that dinosaur and finding out, in millions of years' time, people would call you balls?
This is the balls dinosaur. That was the best you had for me.
It's I am the Tyrant Lizard King. I am the three-horned face. I am the plated lizard. I am human balls.
I'm Mr. Nutsack.
God, I made that Disney series dinosaur, that Jim Henson one. Yeah, I am the mighty Scrotum humanum.
Would have made that one a little bit funnier.
I suppose when Earl Sinclair is stressed, he undergoes testicular torsion, but anyway.
Oh. Right round.
God, that was a tangent, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, we get a little lost in the weeds on that one.
Lost in the weeds,
I gained some new knowledge today, so you know what? I count that as a win.
Well, the saying, every day's a school day. So,
exactly.
let's jump into some questions. We've only got 2 this week, so I might as well do it now because there's not much else in the news. So fuck it, let's just jump into the questions. Right. How does Primarch armor work? Where does it come from? And they don't have the black carapace, so how does their armor work? And in regards to the black carapace, I do remember asking Gav Forb ages ago about this, and he said that they don't have a black carapace, which kind of goes against Magnus's 40k model because he does have black carapace ports in his unarmored demon form, which is weird. But it's like with the this is about Repentia models. They got black carapace interface ports, but they don't have a black carapace. It's like, how the fuck does this work?
Yeah.
I know StarCraft's cool. I know the armoring scene in StarCraft 2 was cool, but
I mean, I feel like I can kind of it's a little bit of a hand wave. You can kind of make sense of it with Magnus, I think, because his form's malleable, even by Demon Primarch standards. He just, I don't know, decided he wanted a black carapace that day. It's not exactly the most elegant explanation, but you could kind of stretch it.
He was probably listening to that song by Dream Evil, Book of Heavy Metal, we're nothing but black skin, tight leather. My skin is crammed with metal studs.
He's a big fan of what in the setting would be old Earth classics.
That does remind me. There was actually one. I'm trying to remember the source, but I remember that there was a bit of information that says like the Emperor's favorite music was like a jaunty piano piece from Terra's distant past, and my headcanon for that is that it's The Entertainer. You know, do 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 do. Just imagine the Emperor just sitting there, just sitting in the throne, like, classical music.
Yep, this is not technically wrong. I feel like 30,000, however many years old, is old enough to qualify as classical music.
It'd be like that scene from Futurama. Like, you can't sit here and listen to classical music. And say, I like big butts.
It's fucking MC Hammer.
Was that MC Hammer? I thought it was Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure Big Butts was Sir Mix-a-Lot.
No, yeah, that was Sir Mix-a-Lot.
You call yourself an expert on old school hip hop. God.
Didn't they? Weren't they both involved in something? I swore that.
They might have been.
I swore they did something together. Well, you know what? My apologies for mixing up the Baby Got Back lore.
Baby back ribs lore, rather. God, can you imagine if Sir Mix-a-Lot did like baby back ribs? Wiki where?
Doesn't have quite the same ring to it, but I would like to listen to it.
I mean, it'd be great for a Chili's advert.
Yeah, that's true. It's I don't know if he's still looking for work. I don't know how well off he is. Maybe someone get on this.
But it's back to the question. In regards to where it comes from, I'm pretty sure in some cases that they made the armor themselves. I'm fairly sure Perturabo made his own armor, but the logo, so I'm pretty sure he made it. I wouldn't be surprised if Ferrus Manus made his armor either, because big craftsman and all that. Otherwise, I imagine that Daddy Emperor hires some the greatest artisans of the Mechanicum and say, make my son some armor. Okay.
Yeah, it could just be as simple as that. It's not like he would lack for the authority or resources to have that done.
Yeah. And as for how it works, brute force, I imagine. I imagine it probably works similar to where, Sisters of Battle armor works. Like it does, it doesn't have a black carapace, but it can still wear it. But in regards to the neurological side of things, you can probably just chalk it up to the fact that, Primarchs have such insane reflexes, they don't need the extra stuff. They can just move and it moves with them through brute force and supernatural reflexes and all that.
Semi-divine angel, angels of the Emperor. I'm sure they can just handle it.
Sheer force of fucking will.
Exactly.
There you go. Yeah. Right. And the other question, besides the Thousand Sons Iron Warriors collaboration before the Heresy, what other non-conflict situations were Space Marines needed to be deployed? Needing to be deployed for non-combat situations. Because
kind of. It's. I mean, they're intended to be weapons, is kind of the thing. So them going to non-combat situations is by default almost a waste of resources.
Again, that did happen in the Great Crusade again with the Iron Warriors and the Thousand Sons, because they were like, I think they were overseeing an evacuation. Were they overseeing an evacuation? Maybe. I can't remember.
But if they were, I imagine that's still like a crisis enough, especially if they're evacuating because enemies are showing up. I guess, sometimes they do garrison stuff every now and again. Admittedly, this was, banishment, but Perturabo sent Barabbas Antioch and a couple other bozos to the ass end of nowhere.
No, Drago was another one as well, yeah. There were so many great companies who were just left in exile and they just basically went, all right, fuck you, Dad. There's a reason why there are so many second founding chapters where people think these guys seem very Iron Warriors-y. It's like, they probably are giving him out of loyalist great companies, though. Well, Jesus.
Given that Perturabo kept just throwing people away from his legion.
So, bored of you now, stay here. Never mind. I can't really think of any, to be honest. Outside, actually, you could probably argue, in regards to Garrison G, if you take the Ultramarines movie as canon, with the entire 5th Company of the Imperial Fist being stationed on a shrine world to guard a book.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like...
What?
I'm sorry, that an entire fucking company!
That's even worse, like, in 40k compared to 30k, because that's a 10th of the chapter.
Like, it doesn't make sense, like, because early on in that film, it says an entire company, and when on the Thunderhawk, it says a detachment. Okay, a detachment's vague enough, you can turn around and say, okay, maybe it's like, a couple of squads, like two or three squads. That makes more sense to me. This is being guarded by, 2 or 3 squads. Or even 1.
Yeah.
But an entire fucking company, it's like, so if an entire company was here, where the fuck are their tanks? Because the only tank wreckage you see in that entire film is from the Imperial Guard.
Maybe they lost them. Maybe they went to the same place that what is it? General Sturm and his 900 Bane blades in Dawn of War. They're lost in that same pit wherever he dropped those.
They're hiding behind the bush because Ursula Creed put them there.
Yeah.
God, the old Creed memes, eh? They were a thing.
They were. Those are a Warhammer golden oldie. I guess you could maybe also say, like, I mean, it's the Imperium. It's hardly like wasteful usage of resources as a new thing. And, Space Marines are also, they've got all their different traditions and all sorts of stuff that purely from a logical military standpoint, they should never, ever, ever be doing, but they're doing it anyways because they're, warrior monks. So it could be some reason that they're doing any job you can think of.
Yeah. Yeah, because aside from garrison work and I don't know, maybe deploying a few Space Marines to intimidate a planetary governor, maybe, because actually now I think about it, I know during the Great Crusade there'd be worlds who tried to secede from the Imperium after compliance, and then they get told, okay, we're going to send for the Night Lords. Okay, we'll be good.
Never mind.
We'll be good.
Wasn't it? I think isn't it the Tetrarchs of Ultramar? Aren't they Space Marines now? So that's something.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, granted, that's only 4 Space Marines, but that's still Space Marines not necessarily in a combat situation.
That reminds me. There's one thing in regards to the chosen chapters of Ultramar. These chapters are designed. They've been picked to defend Ultramar. They're all stationed in Ultramar. They're all stationed in Ultramar. This, that, and the other. Why the fuck are the Silver Skulls there? The Silver Skull's homeworld is in the galactic northeast. Why the fuck are they being charged with protecting something in the galactic southeast? That makes no sense.
They got very lost.
It's fucking hell.
I don't know. They were the last. I'd like to think. I don't know. Maybe they were the last one Gilliman picked, and he was just the first name that was put in front of him because he was just so tired and had better things to do.
He probably thought they were Iron Warriors.
These are an Iron Hand successor chapter, right? No, I don't care.
Also, fun fact in regards to the Silver Skulls, because they've had one whole novel, and the implication in that novel, and this is what the author Sarah Corkwell actually intended for the Silver Skulls, she actually intended for them to be a White Scar successor.
Huh. Really?
Yeah, and if you read see their chapter customs with the prognosticators and how revered their librarians are, they're basically treated as seers, the Storm Seers for the White Scars.
Oh yeah,
and they take their enemy's skulls and dip them in silver to adorn their fortress monastery. It's very similar to the trophy taking of the White Scars.
Yeah,
it makes more sense, especially considering their entire pre-Space Marine culture on their home world. It's very reminiscent of Inuit society.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got the White Scars who are Mongolian tribesmen going for another indigenous for the Silver Skulls, it does make them feel a lot more White Scarsy rather than Ultramarine-y.
Yeah, now that you say it, that makes a lot more sense.
But no, Games Workshop went, no, they are Ultramarines.
No, make them blueberries. Although
75% of all chapters And that was the thing at one point. Officially, 75% of all chapters were Ultramarine successes.
Was it 75? I knew it was like 50. I don't know, it was 75 at one point. Oh my lord.
It kept fluctuating between 60 to 75. It kept fluctuating around that point for a time. Like different sources saying like one said 60, one said 65, one said 70, one said 75.
Jeez.
So for comedic hyperbole, we're going for the highest number because it's funnier.
Yeah, it's funnier that way. I'm waiting for the day either GW can't hold themselves back or an author just sneaks something in and we get a chapter that's just a confirmed 2nd or 11th Legion chapter.
Probably not going to happen, because they did actually confirm in one of the Horus Heresy short stories, they did actually confirm that both the Lost Legions were integrated into the Ultramarines and Imperial Fists. They confirmed that. But given what we've seen in the novel Pandorax, where it's revealed that the first Grey Knights had their original progenoid glands removed and replaced with new ones.
Oh, I guess that, yeah.
That sets a precedent. Like, okay, so if you want to erase all existence of the Lost Legions, you take out the old ones, put Papa Smurf's, gene sperm in. And it was originally called Gene Sperm back in Rogue Trader. It was called Gene Sperm. Huh. Again, being comedically hyperbolic.
Well, yeah,
even though I'm not funny at all.
I guess that's the that'd be the hand wave away. And I don't know. I'm wondering if one, I don't know, maybe the stock prices will dip enough or an author just can slide something by the editors and it's just like some reveal. It's like, your gene seed is not of any legion on record, including the traitors. And it's like, ooh.
They tried to do that, I believe, with these soul drinkers. Like, your gene seed isn't Rogue or Dawn's. Whose is it? I can't say. Oh.
Can't tell you.
Though, given what was revealed in the last edition of Horus Heresy, it's probably Thousand Suns. Which doesn't make sense considering that Ashes of Prospero kind of revealed, well, hang on, if you take time displaced Thousand Suns from the Horus Heresy, put them into present day, bam, immediately succumb to the rubric. Literally, there's a scene. Literally, there was a scene in that book, like there was like a pocket of time displaced Thousand Suns, and they emerge into the present day. As soon as they step out of the portal into present day, they collapse, the armor falls apart, and there's just dust inside them. And you got Njal Stormcaller going, ha ha, all is dust.
Oh, assholes.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like, fuck you. Fuck you, Magnus.
Now it's just maybe the Blood Ravens getting away with that.
God, I hope not. Actually, do you know what will probably be? Considering like Dawn of War 4, it's Blood Ravens and Dark Angels. They'll probably go, he's actually the Dark Angels. And there is actually a bit of precedent for that because the original Index Astartes article for the Blood Ravens did actually propose Dark Angels as a possible source of their gene seed. So if they do that, we've actually come full circle.
Yeah. Although then,
and it might be just to say fuck you to Graham McNeil. It's like, no, don't you dare put the Raven of Blood shit in. Stop that, you bastard.
I was about to say, yeah. don't let him get away with it.
Just insert that clip from Breaking Bad. It's like, he can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah.
He can't keep getting away with it. God, I need to watch for that series again. That was great.
I've got to watch it.
You've not watched it?
I don't watch many things. Like, honestly,
fair enough.
The most I watch is like once a week. Some fellas and we get together at one of our houses and either play board games or watch anime. So most of what I watch nowadays is anime, and that's only because that's what everyone else is down to watch.
Fair enough. God, mentioning board games, it just reminds me of the stuff that Blumco's doing with their board game videos and stuff.
Oh, I'm not familiar.
I'll send you a link later.
Please do.
Which also reminds me, I need to start prepping for upcoming Quizcastus. Because This is episode 243, which means 7 more episodes to go.
It's on its way.
I also need to pick contestants. Do you want to try your luck again? I might as well ask you why you're here.
I'm happy to showcase my knowledge and perhaps lack of.
Wunderbar. We just need to try and discern your opponents, because I don't want to keep picking. I want to create new matchups, if it makes sense. I don't want to have like the same people square up against the same people. Like, I got no issue about bringing the same people back. That's fine, but I want to have unique matchups.
Yeah, you want every time.
So, like, if I can say, like, I don't know, maybe get you, Oculus, because Oculus still needs to come back because we had to strip him of his title because he never defended the bloody thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you all were talking about that. Yeah.
I mean, we can't have a champion be someone who doesn't defend. Sorry, Oculus, love you, but
well, if you're not defending your belt, you're losing the right to it.
Exactly. 30 days no defense, stripped. But yes. That reminds me. I get reminded a lot, funnily enough. But yeah, do you know the book Dark Hunter's Umbra Sumnus?
Let me look that up really quick because it's ringing bells.
The holy grail of 40k books, because they were pulled from Black Library's site, like before they actually went on sale, but like about 15 or 50 or whatever got out into the world, into independent retailers, and that's all there is in existence.
Why?
Legal reasons, with an author of another book series called Dark Hunters.
Oh.
But I found a copy on eBay a few months back. This is back when we had Aurelia on the show, and I've still got the image, and I want you to guess how much that book was going for. Just because I want to hear your reaction to the actual price of it.
I'm gonna guess $1,500.
Higher.
Can I get, for one more guess, can I get like a how much higher? Roughly.
Substantially.
$4,000.
Higher.
All right, final third time's the charm. 3 strikes, you're out. $10,000.
Higher.
I was gonna start with $10,000, but I thought there's no way it's that much.
I'll give you the price. I'll give you the price in Australian dollars because it just sounds more obscene.
Oh boy.
The price is, if I get it to load, $91,999.99, or approximately £46,000, which would be roughly about $60,000 US.
Oh my Lord. If you want to put a down payment on a house.
Is that okay? So how are you going to pay for your down payment? Cash? Card? I have a copy of this book.
You will make your money back.
Tenfold. For a deposit, tenfold, yeah.
Lord.
Well, maybe not in this economy, but anyway.
Yeah. That is insane. We don't talk
about that. Yeah, that is legit the most expensive Black Library thing I've ever seen on eBay. And I thought it was bad when someone was selling a limited edition copy of the Lehman Russ Primarch novel for $5,000. I thought that was absurd.
And then the Dark Hunters came swinging on in.
Because I don't know if you ever saw the second episode of Quizcastus when we started doing the Price of Shite game. But we had on there a copy of the Dante novel, the limited edition.
Mm-hmm.
And that was about $1,300.
Sheesh. I mean, both of those other ones are still ridiculous, but now by comparison, it's like, oh, that's only a paltry 1,350 euros. Please, that's a peasant's income compared to $60,000.
Yeah, it was. To put it mildly, it was absurd.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Yes, there are words I can't say without getting demonetized. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Beyond saying the usual, fuck and all that.
Yeah. I would say that earned some more creative words.
I mean, considering it's based out of Australia, I'm sure you can guess the words, considering it's based out of Australia. all we got to say is, see you next Tuesday. But anyway.
Yeah.
Oh dear indeed. But
oh, Lord.
Yeah. I know you've also got prior engagement later today as well, so given the time as well, and given the fact that my voice is starting to go like fuck due to coughing like fuck all day, I believe we might call it there this evening, unless you have anything else you'd like to quickly add?
Yeah, so I'll be starting a GoFundMe for the Dark Hunters Umbra Samus novel. Samus novel. No, I think that's all. Thank you very much for having me on, Chief.
You're welcome. And apologies for this being a shorter episode, but again, feeling like shit, and Pank has prior engagements for later on, so we don't want to keep him from missing them. Otherwise, we'd be a right dick, and we don't want to be a dick. We want to be cool, but then again, this is me we're talking about. I was never cool. Got a little bit of self-deprecation. But anyway, thank you very much to everyone who tuned in for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. And thank you very much to PancreasNoWork for joining me this episode.
The pleasure was all mine.
So, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Remleiz from 40k Theories.
And I'm PancreasNoWork from PancreasNoWork.
And we'll see you all again next time. Bye-bye.